We're live from around the world. It's tractorchute here on this beautiful morning we have. We're going to get ourselves a little StarCraft action going here. Getting some requests. Haven't been getting them out lately, but like I say, fire the replays in. Kick me in the arse. Whatever you need to do to get me going there, and I'll start popping replays out here. So to start the day off, we're going to get ourselves a little bit of 2v2 action out of two boys we have not seen in a long time. So let's introduce our players. In the lower middle portion of the map, playing as the red Protoss, it will be played by DerLucan, playing as the red Protoss. His partner, also Protoss, playing in the blue, will be Mike. Mike, how original. Up in the upper echelon of the map here, the boys we've seen many, many times on my channel. It is Banyo playing as the purple Zerg, and of course his partner playing his standard race. It is Sage as the teal Protoss. Gonna have a little PZ versus PP. Should be pretty good. Does look like we're getting a little bit of scouting happening out of our good man of Sage here. In the meantime, there does look like Sage is laying the pings down over here. I think he's more or less maybe letting his partner know where the gold expansions are. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, there does look like the Overlord for Banyo at the same time as scouting. Doesn't look like the other team scouting at all, to be honest with you. Mike and DerLucan here, I guess they're gonna, or DerLucan, sorry, are just gonna kind of hang out back at their base here. This is a fairly decent map for naturals, that's for sure. Look at that, he's got the natural right there. They have one natural right beside them. The other one's a little bit harder to get to. But outside of that, like I say, everybody's got their golds right around them, so it could turn into a fairly good macro game. Really depends on how these guys want to play this out here. So Banyo, he's going to get his overlords in position here, and Sage has seen what he needs to see. Banyo, in the meantime, I guess he's putting the overlord over where Sage pinged him to go and do so, or maybe he's checking the area out, not entirely sure what is over there. Maybe he's a little bit scared, I'm not too sure. But either way, it does look like we are going to pump down our hatchery. At the same time, I'm not entirely sure if Banyo even knows what Sage was pinging about, because I don't think they were playing side by side. Maybe they were, I'm not entirely sure. I'm still confused over the ping, and it's really bugging me. But either way, I'm sure Sage can oblige and maybe post in the comment or something, or on the Facebook page what the heck his ping was for. He does like to ping, I do know that much. When these guys play, he's constantly pinging. It's always good to be aware of where everything is and tell your teammates, that's for darn sure. It's just some of his pings kind of throw me off as to what he's pinging for. Like I say, the gold is over here, maybe he was letting him know of that, I'm not too sure. But either way, there does like Sage going to plant a proxy down over here more likely. Yes, he is. Good man, Sage. Very good job there. Banyo posting his overlords over the gold, so very good job there. So he's definitely going to know when they do expand. If they do happen to jump on a gold, Sage and Banyo would definitely want to know, because you don't want to fall too far behind. If your opponent gets a nice gold early, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble, especially if you're not ready for it. So DerLucan actually plants a pylon over here in the corner here, not entirely sure, maybe keeping an eye out for something. Either way, on location for his pylon, but we'll take it. A little bit of a Artosis pylon over here. So he's going to have himself with his pylon powering gateway, a cybercore, and another gateway. So two gateways and a cybercore. Banyo with the quick expansion. He usually likes to get the expansions out nice and early. Sage in the meantime there, he's pretty macro heavy so far here, just pumping out his chrono boosted probes there, trying to get as much up as he can. Does have the cybercore researching what he needs here with the warp gate technology. And there we go, get the second gateway down. So as you can see, if you want to comparatively speak, DerLucan is a little bit ahead of Sage. But at the same time, Sage also is doing a proxy Stargate. So that's probably a big reason why. So not ahead of Sage at all. Sage is going a little bit fancy here, going into the upper levels of gameplay. So like to see the fancy play out of anybody that's gold or less. I don't even know what Sage plays nowadays. It's been so long since I have played with these guys here, so I really don't know. I think that they play gold or bronze or something. They might be platinum, I'm not entirely sure, but I think they stick to around the gold level. So to see a proxy Stargate at this level, I definitely like to see that. Definitely tells that these guys are getting better here, so we do get the Oracle out right away here. Oracle's going to come over here, very minimal energy. Might want to save that up a bit, and exactly what he's going to do. So he's going to sit him out there for at least a few seconds before he chooses to get him out. Might even look to go with the double Oracle harass, which is more likely what he's looking to do here, as he is waiting on the second now. In the meantime there, it does look like Banyo has taken control of the Naga towers here. And Sage is going to take his probe all the way back there. And we do get the expansion out of Mike here. Did not want to go for the gold, so instead he's going to take the blue instead. Saves him from banging down the rocks, so not too bad of a decision. Mike, in the meantime, got quite a few sentries out, so they're definitely looking to go a little bit defensive, making sure that they don't get taken down early. And here we go. Sage is going to expose himself. Let them know that the Oracle's on the map. Oh, and quick Well done, Sage. You might want to save that energy for some probes rather than an assimilator. There you go. Get that guy out of there. He did manage to get himself at least the one kill there. But very quick movement out of DerLucan off the mineral line. That's, you got to appreciate that. And finally fixed it up. He's got pylons all around, so he's definitely not completely stupid. Not to say that he was to begin with, but it's nice to see that he finally built some more pylons around there, so that will definitely help him out. I did not even get to see these guys' levels because this was played in a previous patch, therefore the loading screen didn't show me anything. But either way, like I say, I'm pretty confident that you guys are all gold to silver level, so... what is going on over here now? Oh, he is pinging the expansion there. There you go. Once again, as you can see, Sage loves to ping, and that one I can see. Nothing wrong with that. Like I say, you always want to make your opponents. I got a friend that does the same thing, and he's constantly looking around on the map there, so he definitely lets us know what's going on at all times. Similar to what Sage is doing. Grr, well done with the Oracle. Do you have another Oracle out here? Sage, do you have another Oracle? I'm missing on the map here. You have yourself just the 2 Oracles. Unless you happen to have an Oracle that I happen to miss. Not entirely sure about that, but either way, both these guys not looking too bad. Resource count's pretty good for all of them here, but Banyo and Sage tend to be doing a little bit better on that. And Mike apparently wasn't happy over something that happened over here. He must have had an Oracle that came in here and got quite a few kills. I must have missed that. I do apologize. But yeah, it looks like that's what happened there. So Mike was giving him a little bit of props for that. Was pretty proud of him. And Banyo, with his favorite unit in the world, is sending the dogs out across the map here. So we are going to get some dogs. Probably going to get some banelings at the same time there. He does love them too. And here we go. And he's going to be able to wreak havoc. There's nothing over here within a country mile. They're going to be a long ways before he's able to get any sort of defense over here. I think he's just going to have to take this as a loss. Doesn't really have a choice. Sage, in the meantime, he's moving out. He's got an Immortal and quite a few Stalkers, so he's going to be looking pretty deadly too. In the meantime there, he's bringing the Oracle around the other side here. It does look like they are going to finish that Nexus off like nothing. In the meantime, this team, no, you're way too late, guys. Get back in your base. Huddle up. Don't know if this is the best maneuver. Almost a waste of units coming over to chase these dogs out of here. Yeah, well, at the same time there, I guess, why not? Like I was going to say, he could have got caught out of position. I don't know if that was the best move. I want to bring that army back there. Maybe look to regroup, re-expand there. Base was already dead, so really it was pointless. You're going to save yourself a couple of simulators in the end. But I think the risk was not good enough. But either way, nothing ended up happening to him, so they are quite alright here. He's going to try and chase the area. He wants a piece of both of them, apparently. Dogs are coming in. Banyo says, let's go for it. Sage says, okay, let's do it. Gets the surround on him. This is going to be big trouble here. Needs to get that Immortal in there to get some shots off here. Tons of force fields. Guardian shield goes down here. Wowzer might have done himself a good job. Those force fields were actually half decent. I will hand that to him here. He is going to chase him out of here. Immortal's almost dead. Lost all of its shield here. And he does retreat out of there quite fine. In the meantime there, it does look like Sage is going to ride this off of one base. Isn't doing too bad. Basically a 3-gate robo came out of off the proxy gate. So very good build out of Sage. He's definitely using standard builds, which is very, very smart outside of the proxy gate not being overly standard. But to take that and go right back into a 3-gate robo is very good job by Sage. I will give him that much. In the meantime, do we have the Baneling nest up as of yet? Oh, no, we are going to Hydra Roach, so something a little bit different out of Banyo here, so that's nice to see. And he does have this expansion just pumping away here, 15 on it, and everybody on the gas. Very well done there. In the meantime there, let's check out what these guys are intending to do here. We do have ourselves with a 3-gate robo as well, but finally get himself up to the 5 gates there. His partner in the meantime basically using just 4 gates, so using a very basic build in the 4 gates. Sage has finally decided to expand over here. Both their armies are accumulating in the middle here. Does have himself out 2 Immortals now. Lots of roaches, lots of ground damage in their army. I will say that much here. This army's over here not looking too bad. They got the Immortals looking all right there with their 2 Immortals. Lots of sentries. So fairly good counter. I mean, the sentries will definitely counteract the fact that they have lesser of an army because getting out good force fields might not be looking too bad here. It does look like Banyo just checking upgrades here. Banyo doesn't really have any upgrades. Neither does Sage because we don't need upgrades in gold or lower. That's what I always say. That's what I always find anyways. A lot of times you'll find they don't do upgrades. I am the same when I play in those leagues. Upgrades were the last thing on my mind. I mean, everybody's eventually gets them in the end there. Sometimes you don't want to do them. It really depends on what your build's going to be. But yeah, I find more times than not when I watch my replays there, me or my opponent didn't get any upgrades. So just the way it goes. There's the infestation pit. Wow, we are teching right up. I don't think I have ever seen Banyo tech up this much. I think he is tech beyond anything I've ever seen with that infestation pit. Usually the highest I ever get to see him, I think, has been Hydralisk here once, maybe twice. 2 roach warns. I'm going to have to chalk that up as a mistake, but maybe not. Maybe he needed 2. Maybe he wanted. The only reason I'm saying that is because he didn't get both upgrades, which would be the real only reason to do it. But either way, it doesn't hurt to have 2, I guess. You're going to ride yourself on 2 roach warn. Creep spread, not too bad, I guess. He's slowly got the creep spread working out to the ramp anyways. And look over here at Sage. He's accumulating himself a good army. He does have this expansion up and fully running. And Banyo has decided to get himself a 3rd expo. Well done there. That's definitely going to help out. Got quite a few roaches and Hydralisk now. And an Overseer. So it does look like Banyo's pretty scary too. In the meantime there, what's going on? They are taking out a rock. It does look like a few dogs are down there for Banyo as well. So that does help Banyo to know that, Banyo and Sage, that this is definitely getting beat down. They are looking to take that gold. So they might want to make a move on him before that does happen, as they are allowing him to build up quite a bit here. Wowzer, look at these guys go to work. There's the upgrades pumping out. Ground weapon number 2 for Sage. I must have missed ground weapon number 1 there. Or actually, it looks like it just finished. That's probably why. So starting to get his upgrades. In the meantime, opponents of theirs don't have any upgrades either. So yeah, there you go. So it does look like Sage is ahead of them on the upgrades. Banyo, in the meantime, he's getting his upgrades as well. So they will have an advantage in the upgrade department. In the meantime there, they've accumulated themselves 1 Skookum army. There's 130 food for Banyo and 113 for Sage. So both of them looking with a very scary army. And it is time to move this baby out here, as he does have his 1-1 upgrades. He is going to start pushing them up here. I'd imagine Banyo's going to follow him up pretty quick here, so they can kind of move in at the same time. Or he's just going to go around the other side, maybe look to flank him on each side. Not too sure what their plan is. He's also going to send everybody over here. It does look like they are going to group up into one great big group and determine what kind of attack they want to lay on these boys here. Look at these guys going very, very quickly off of that creep, as they do have that upgrade, I do believe, or at least I'm going to assume that they have that upgrade. Let's take a boo. Yes, they do. So very well done there. And here we go. This is army on army. There is no hiding now. Needs to get those force fields off badly, as they are definitely overwhelmed by this army. They don't have as big of an army, so a little bit surprised force field didn't go down any earlier there. But at the same time, they are bringing in the reinforcements. Lots of immortals on the map here, so they're not doing too bad. Whether or not they're going to win this, I'm not too sure. Sage has a lot of guys in the back that are going to come here, a lot of immortals. They're probably going to end up taking this army out. This is big trouble for DerLucan and Mike. I don't think they can hold this off here. Sage coming in the back now. Zealots are trying to get in there, trying to beat everything down there. And it looks like it is going to actually end very close. If anything, Sage has a lot more immortals happening here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It actually looks like it's going to even right out here, and here's the Zealots come in there and then finish that off. So, does look like they came out ahead. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest with you. Looking at it at first reaction, I would have thought Banyo and Sage would have had the big advantage there and probably came out of that well on top, actually. But I guess I was wrong. DerLucan now getting the gold, and Banyo and Sage not looking so far ahead as what they were early in the game. They were ahead economy-wise. I'm not going to say they were a mile ahead, but they were ahead. At this point in time, I would say, if anything, they might be behind. Because it does look like DerLucan and Mike are looking pretty good. Sage basically mined out of his main here. Banyo should be the same, which he is. And yeah, I guess we're just going to stick to the Roach Hider for now. I don't think he's teching up. He does have Hive technology, so does have that option. I'm just kind of curious here. What do you have? Perp? No, he still has the same thing. He's getting his another upgrade for the Carapace level 2. So we are going to stay the same there. It does look like we are finally going to get into some Colossi out of Sage, though, so he's getting somewhere. He's also getting his 3 upgrades for the weapon and 2 for the armor, so upgrades are looking pretty darn good for Sage. There we go. Does look like it is time to finally take this out. DerLucan with Darkies. Did not see that, but they do have Darkies on the field now. How many Darkies do you have, son? 7 freaking Darkies. Holy, and they're, oh, that's where they are. They're going to work in the main. They're also in the main over here at Banyo's. Wowzer, this is not good at all. These guys need vision. I know they have overseers, but Sage needs to get himself out some observers, and that's what's coming out right now here. This is big trouble. He is just going to town with these Darkies on the map here. There's Darkie standing there. Another Darkie over here going to work on the expansion. Cleaned out all the probes over there. There's another Darkie. He's got Darkies everywhere, making sure they can't go anywhere without any sort of vision. And it does look like the big attack happening over here. This is not good. Banyo and Sage might be going down to this, as that is a lot of Darkies, but hopefully once they get these observers and overseers on the map, they might be able to do some damage here. There we go. Did finally get that all cleaned up over there. But in the meantime there, we are pinging like crazy over here. Wow, Sage, lay off the ping button, my good man. You are going a little bit nuts with that. But either way, what is going on? DerLucan is just going to be able to clean this up here. We have nothing over here. Maybe fly your observer over here. I'm not too sure what to tell you. You already have the overseer there. Use your observer over at the other end here. Oh, wow. Look at those darkies. Darkies are like glass, though. They'll break like crazy with vision here. As you can see, he had a ton of darkies. Still has quite a bit, actually, to be honest with you. So he is going to have to try and bring him over to where you have that vision, because this is not good at all. Observers there. There you go. Bring the observer with your army. This might help you out quite a bit. Might end up losing this nexus. We're going to find out. He is just focus firing it. They're going to try and clean that up. All those upgrades on those zealots just make him break these. And no! Loses the nexus. That's not good at all here. These darkies definitely might want to start transferring to something else here now that they have so many observers and overseers on the map. But either way, they're doing the damage. I mean, wow! And of course, Sage with the observer sitting over top has nothing to kill it with here. And he cleaned that expansion up like nothing. Sage doesn't have a lot. He's got a lot of money. I won't give him that much, but doesn't have a lot to mine off of here. Needs to get re-expanded. In the meantime, there's got Darky over here. They'll prevent anybody from breaking those rocks. And I don't see any counterattacks happening because I don't think Banyo and Sage have the means to do so at this point in time. And there we go. Now we're starting to get... Oh, wow. These guys are teched right up. Archons are on the map. Dogs are finally coming out for Banyo here. This is devastating. I will be very surprised. There's all the Archons here. He's warping all those darkies out. So very good job. Actually, it's a fairly advanced maneuver by him here to actually tech out of the darkies and put them all into Archons. So very well done there. In the meantime, there does look like Banyo's just going to run by everything. He's just going to go for it here. No cannons, I don't think, here. A couple Archons are coming out. They'll clean up the dogs quite easily, I'd have to imagine. There they go. So they end up chasing him out of there. In the meantime, there it does look like Sage has rebuilt his army here. I was going to say I'll be very shocked if Banyo and Sage can come back from this. I don't know who wins it, but in all honesty, they're in a deep hole right now. That is a lot of trouble, a lot of beatdown they got laid down. The advantage for Banyo is he got the natural sitting right inside the base there. So he's been mining a lot. He has a lot of money. And it does look like DerLucan caught out of position with his army, has no help, so loses it all to Sage. And that's where it sucks. When you're playing team games, you can have your armies caught out of position like that because that's what happens. But at the same time, look at this brute force they have. Archon crazy here. 1, 2, 3, 4 Archons, 5 Immortals. This is a heavy damage army. Nobody would want to run into this army here. They're going to start moving their way out here, and this could be a little bit of trouble for Banyo and Sage. Here we go. There's a few Hydralisks. They're not going to help at all. I'm not too sure what you do about this, in all honesty, guys. This is a lot of trouble here. But they are focus firing down the Archons, so very well done with the focus firing. I will give you that much here. Immortals are going to work just cleaning up these Hydralisks here, but that's a lot of Hydralisks here. Look at the damage they're doing. And I think the big reason is, yes, 2-2 for the upgrades. What, 0-0? This could be what it comes down to. If you guys do pull this out, it's going to be because of your upgrades, but it doesn't look like it. Sage is pulling it out. He is saying good game. Giving in? I'm not too sure. At the same time, Sage didn't really have a lot going for him. Yeah, probably a good GG. But Banyo, in the meantime, has an army, though. But that is a lot there. DerLucan with a lot of Zealots here. Don't know if it's going to help. Look at the damage he's even doing. I even told myself to prepare for DT. What you tell yourself to do and what you actually do in the end sometimes aren't the same thing. I know I've been there. And look at this. He is just going to work, trying to micro him down as best he can here. They're going to start pushing forward here. That is a lot. Banyo has a lot of upgrades, which is helping him a lot here. I don't think it's going to be enough. He really needs help out of his partner, but of course his partner has no money. So Sage, I think, is just sitting on this, praying that maybe Banyo can pull a miracle off. But I don't think that's going to happen here, as it looks like they're going to come in here, clean this up. Banyo finally gives in as well here. Very good game, guys. You gave it your all. I will give my congrats out to DerLucan and Mike. My condolences go out to you, Banyo and Sage. Just remember, I made the paper airplane yesterday. Doesn't mean you have to drive my car down the mountain and up the riverside. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.